Hi friends! I am so excited you're here. So excited because I will be talking about some book recommendations if you liked the movie Lisa Frankenstein, or vice versa. If you like these books, then you'll probably like Lisa Frankenstein. I saw this past weekend and I absolutely loved it. I highly recommend seeing it in theaters. It was such a blast. Even Alex was laughing, and he's a tough critic. This movie is absolutely hilarious. The cast absolutely kills it. It's directed by Zelda Williams, and there is a little Robin Williams Easter egg at the end that I was just like, oh my gosh, so cute. And it's just great. It was written by Diablo Cody, who, you know, wrote Jennifer's Body, so it has like that humor in it. It's so funny and apt. Every joke in this is incredibly apt. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true. Yeah, everybody killed it in this. I will say the dude that plays the creature, what's his name, like Cole Sprouse. If you look at his like normal picture of him as an actor, you're like, okay, next please. But him as the creature in this, I was just like, okay, not boring. But yeah, I highly recommend seeing this one in theaters if you can. It is worth your time and money. It was absolutely fantastic. But getting into the book recommendations, as I was thinking about it, I don't have a ton of book recommendations for this. I have a couple, but romance and YA I don't read a ton of, and that is what Lisa Frankenstein is. I feel like it's like a very twisted, disturbing love story, and it's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I just don't have a ton of those recommendations, but let's get right into it, starting with Anatomy, a love story. This is a YA book about a dude who's a resurrectionist and a girl who wants to be a doctor, but it's like in the 1700s and everybody's super sexist. I did enjoy this one, and the cover is absolutely stunning. I think that's why I read it. And yeah, it has like those same themes, you know, people catch feelings. I think this is the first book in a duology. I will check out the second book in this one. And then I have Undead Girl Gang by Lily Anderson. This is a really fun YA like witch book where there's a serial killer, which kind of ties in to Lisa Frankenstein a little bit. And her friends end up getting slashed, but they come back, and I remember laughing a ton during this. I think I read it for Hollow Weekend possibly like 2 years ago, and I remember laughing so much and having a blast with it. You guys know I have to recommend My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix because Lisa Frankenstein is an 80s movie, and this is an 80s book, and it is about best friends. There is a very cute sister relationship in Lisa Frankenstein that I absolutely loved. I was almost crying during a certain part of this because of just like the feminism. So good. And this is a possession story about best friends, and I do believe this is like on free on Audible right now if you guys want to check it out. The audio is great. I've read this book twice and I've given it 5 stars both times. And then the next book I'm going to recommend is a little out of left field, but there is a like slasher aspect, I feel like, to Lisa Frankenstein, and I'm gonna recommend My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones because any chance I get I will recommend this book. We follow Jade, which is probably one of the best characters ever written in horror history, and she is obsessed with slashers, and everybody wants to know why. And their town, she thinks, is in a slasher, and she thinks this other girl is like a final girl. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I absolutely love the sequel to this, and I am so excited for Angel of Indian, like the last book in this trilogy. It's absolutely fantastic. I honestly think this book just like changed how my brain reads in general. And then of course I have to recommend what Lisa Frankenstein is based off of, and that is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And of course I have 2 copies. I honestly think I have like 3 or 4 copies of this, but these are the 2 that I found. What a classic. Definitely a classic to read. Dr. Frankenstein in this is such a little bitch. I'm just gonna say that. And yeah, it's fantastic. It's very beautiful, and I highly recommend as a classic. The next book I'm going to recommend is a new release. It comes out later this month, and it is Ein Hollow by Tim McGregor. I read this last month and I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. It is a Frankenstein retelling, but from the point of view of like a woman, and it was done so well. Honestly, the horror in this I talked about is being a woman in the 1700s. Hello, that's horrible. But there is a lot of creature action in this as well. So there you have it. Those are some of my book recommendations for Lisa Frankenstein. Now, because I am feeling extra today, I do have some film recommendations if you like Lisa Frankenstein, or if you like these films, vice versa. But first, I need to take a sip of a potion. A green elixir. Ah! What the heck? My elixir is very licorice-y. Whoa. I could not stop thinking about Heathers while watching Lisa Frankenstein. I love this film. I quote it like once or twice a week to Alex and a work bestie. Like, literally, she saw me wearing this scrunchie and was like, oh, you're rocking your Heather Chandler scrunchie today? I love it. So quotable, magnificent piece of art. I don't know what else to say about the Heathers. I'm just like burning on the inside right now. I'm burning on the inside for Heathers. And then Jennifer's Body, of course, written by Diablo Cody. Fantastic. I rewatched it this morning because it is a Valentine's Day, and that is my Valentine's movie. Okay, I absolutely love this movie, and I think it's definitely gotten like a cult following since it was released. Like, that is known. The marketing for it was really crappy, and yeah, I love it so much. It's so great. It's fantastic. There is even some technical sides to that movie where I was just like kind of amazed that they were able to pull it off for being like, I don't know, it wasn't a lower budget movie or anything, but just like the aspects of it, like, oh yeah, let's make this like best friend movie, but like let's go hardcore with it. And the final movie, you guys know I have to recommend, is Reanimator, directed by Stuart Gordon. You guys know I love this film, and I also love Dolls by Stuart Gordon, but Reanimator definitely fits in with Lisa Frankenstein. It is absolutely hilarious and funny and gory and twisted, and I love it so much. And yeah, you guys let me know what your favorite Frankenstein-esque types of monster movies that remind you of Lisa Frankenstein, or vice versa. I will say too, like, pretty much like any Tim Burton movie, like I got Corpse Bride vibes, Frankenweenie vibes in it, and yeah, just all of like all the stuff in Lisa Frankenstein is fantastic. It just worked really well for me, and yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Don't reanimate any corpses. If you do, I won't tell.